2 down, 1 to go. It's Heat 1C in the unlimited hydroplane races here at Seafair, the Chevrolet Cup. Here are your 4 boats, the formulaboats.com, Haas Mortgage Investors, the U10, the Miss Beacon Plumbing, Jean Theoret at the controls, and Albert Lee Lake Ridge Paving with David Williams, the pilot. That's Heat 1C.
Heat 1C of the Chevy Cup at Seafair is brought to you by KIRO Classifieds, the most local classifieds in the Seattle area. KIRO Classifieds at KIROTV.com.
About a minute and a half before we start this race. Again, mostly sunny skies here in the Seattle area. You see the rooster tails and just a beautiful shot along the shores of Lake Washington. The favorite here, Chip, has got to be the former 2-time champ of the Chevrolet Cup at Seafair, and that is Jean Theoret.
He's the favorite, but don't count out David Bryan. We refer to David Bryan as a driver that came from flat bottom racing. We're not referring to his anatomy there. A flat bottom is what I think most people think of as a drag boat. He has made a great transition into hydros.
And a second-place finish at Seafair last year. Mike, what about Jean Theoret? He was a winner this year already.
He was a winner, one of 3 separate winners this year. He had the Columbia Cup over on the Tri-Cities, Columbia River waters in hand until he blew last weekend. And he is now pinned into lane number 1. And David Bryan is going to try to hold him tight to the buoy row as they come around.
And Mr. Rodet, your fastest qualifier.
Well, Jack in the Box offers a French fry-filled salute to David Bryan and the Haas Mortgage 2. That's the yellow boat with a blue nose. He qualified 0.4 of a mile an hour faster than the Beacon Plumbing. His qualification time, 152.807 miles an hour. And for the best fast food anytime, stop at your nearest Jack in the Box today.
As they come to the line, Theoret on the inside in the Beacon Plumbing, the Haas Mortgage Investment, the U10 with David Bryan is in the outside lane right next to him. And Lake Ridge Paving is in there as well. And the far outside, it's the red boat, the formulaboats.com. As they come into the turn, boy, they're pinning down tight in there.
David Bryan's got a lot of boat speed. He stayed right with them, even though he had to go a lot further distance. So I think it's going to come down to the wire between these two.
Bryan lays the hammer down now. We've got a drag race up the back chute on lap number 1. David Bryan in the faster of the 2 qualified boats, but only 0.4 of a mile an hour that separated them in qualifying today. So these are very evenly matched race boats. Out through the corner now is David Bryan trying to give him a lane, but just a lane as they come out. They're virtually side by side at the exit pin coming down to end lap number 1. It is Jean Theoret on the inside, the checkerboard Beacon Plumbing, and once again there's that burst of speed that comes from David Bryan's boat, the Haas Mortgage Investment.
142.848 miles an hour on the first lap.
Pretty good competition speed, Chip.
You know what's interesting about Jean Theoret? He always goes to the inside. It doesn't matter if it's an elimination heat. It doesn't matter what's going on. He goes to the inside. Sometimes that bites him on these elimination heats and he makes a mistake, but I think he'll be fine today.
And you're getting a look from inside Theoret's boat right now as he's on the inside and is right now in the lead, but not comfortably because he is being pursued very closely, just by about a half a boat length back right now. Watch him come bursting out of that turn, Theoret, and you'll see in the rooster tail, that is David Bryan, and he comes out a little bit wider this time. Theoret is trying to push him ever so much closer to the beach because he really doesn't have the boat speed on him, and as they come down to the start-finish line, Theoret's got about a 4 boat length lead, and they come down into the lower corner right now. Pat, what was the speed there?
Turned that at 144 miles an hour, even a little quicker than the first time around.
Water a little rougher. Theoret's decided now this time he's going to try to lay the hammer down, Chip, and see if he just can't outrun him down this back chute.
You know, I'm really impressed with David Bryan. This is not easy to go from one form of hull to another, and he's driving these things like an old pro. I like to see David go to the inside. Normally he's been kind of on the outside, but when he starts going inside, he's going to be trouble for a lot of these guys.
Well, right now he's still trouble for Jean Theoret because John does not have this thing won yet, and David Bryan is coming in with a very, very fast boat speed, carrying quite a lot through the corner, but it doesn't look like he's going to have enough here. As he comes off the corner, it's going to be Jean Theoret in the checkerboard, Miss Beacon Plumbing, picking up the victory in Heat 1C of the Chevrolet Cup. Second place, it is David Bryan, and not by much. A couple of ticks of the clock is all. And we're way back in third place. It is the formulaboats.com. Bringing up the rear, that would be Stephen David, or excuse me, that would be David Williams. Got a lot of Davids in this race, and David Williams, who is, of course, the executive director of the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum, and also a hydroplane driver in his own right in the Lake Ridge paving boat.
That third place finish is driven by Jimmy Shane in the formula. He's a kid out of Maryland, or somewhere around Baltimore, and this is his rookie year.
The reason these boats are riding so well is this wing right up here in the front. They have continued to evolve this front wing, and that's being operated by the driver's left foot. So these boats being so nice and level, you can attribute that to that wing right there.
A lot of rollers out there. The water is rougher than it appears in terms of the boat rides, Chip, because there's an awful lot of groundswell action out there.
That groundswell is coming from the log boom. If you look out on that log boom today, there's a lot of 100-foot boats out there, and there's boats moving around, and that makes the water move. If you look back there, you see all those big boats? Well, they all move around, and they all make wakes. Look at this guy here. He's moving around. There's boats back here moving around, and those wakes all come across there, and that makes the rollers.
But still makes for a beautiful sight out here on the shores of Lake Washington. Here is the race between these two boats taken by the Beacon Plumbing. A lot of fast boats out there today, and a lot of those boats, pleasure craft watching. Heat 1C, and finishing in second place, the Haas Mortgage Investors boat with David Bryant, and he is with our Bill Rocky.
Thanks, Steve. David, that was a great race between you and John Theoret. He just got you to the end.
Yeah, we got a good start right on the mark, and, you know, you got to hold your lane, and he was there. I wanted to make sure I gave him plenty, and we held him for a couple laps, and then I kind of bobbled down here in this turn, and I gave him a little bit of a lead, and that's all it takes here. So, great race. Boat was awesome.
You're one of those guys that maybe not everybody's talking about, but you've got a good boat here, don't you?
Oh, we got an awesome boat. The Haas boat this weekend is unbelievable, and the crew is just, I mean, they've given me the best equipment, so all I got to do is make something happen with it.
All right, good luck the rest of the way. Steve, back to you.
Thanks, guys.
Bill Rocky, thank you. And here are your official results from Heat 1C. The Miss Beacon Plumbing boat on top. Haas Mortgage Investors, FormulaBoats.com, Albert Lee, Lake Ridge Paving, David Williams, the pilot. Heat 1C.
Congratulations to Jean Theoret and the Beacon Plumbing team, the Muckleshoot photo finish winner of Heat 1C. Experience the biggest and the best Muckleshoot Casino and Bingo.